And we're live, and I didn't 100% set everything up because I'm a bad host, but we are good now. Welcome to another campaign that we're doing as a side story to the Scale of Fate campaign. I think I hear myself somewhere in the distance. But this new campaign we are doing, as you can see in the title, it is the Meet the Kobolds campaign, which I brought up as a joke idea, and then people jumped on board, and now we are doing the campaign. And we've written shit for it, and we are now doing it. So, I guess real quick, should we have everyone describe their characters first, or do the monologue first? What do you guys think?
I think we should. Okay.
What did you say?
Keeping up with the Kobolds, by the way.
This is Meet the Kobolds.
Keeping up with the Kobolds.
What?
Keeping up with the Kobolds. That's
No.
Oh, we should have called it that. That would have been such a better name.
I'm sorry. Hey man, we're only 2 minutes in. You got time.
No, I've already tweeted it out. Just Meet the Kobolds, and we've named it in 5 different places. It's too late to change it.
I'd say start with the monologue first.
All right. Well, let's get right into it then. It's gonna be similar to the first monologue I did in the episode that didn't exist because we didn't record it for some reason.
Oh, so are we doing full on like real intros, like professional intros?
It's a very short. I've written something. It's like a paragraph that I'm just gonna read off.
I mean, when we're introducing ourselves.
Oh, I will ask you how I want you to kind of introduce yourself. Like, there's a whole. Well, with the monologue, I'm gonna lead into you guys introducing, like showing, pretty much describing what each of you look like. But here you go. As I do the intro, it's so we look upon the world of Obscurus, the world filled with forces of good and evil battling for control for the balance of the world. As the balance of the world seems to be shifting. I can't fucking read for some reason. So a great struggle has begun, but that struggle has no place in this tale. Instead of a story of heroes, villains, and monsters, we focus upon a small family of kobolds who in recent time has lost the red dragon they called Master. Without a leader, they seem lost, hiding away in the cave that was once the lair of the red dragon and now a point of interest for a particular group of adventurers who have come, who they witness come in after a man who seemed to vanish into a rift before they were knocked unconscious by a wave of arcane force. My lord. My ability to read is lacking tonight. Now we come to the cave. The kobolds unconscious behind a pile of rubble near the backside of the cave where the adventurers never wandered to. Each slightly stirring as they're slowly coming to consciousness. The first of the group, a red kobold in a tattered makeshift black cloak, being one of the first to get up, rubbing her head as she's trying to think of what happened. And the others, so each of you, I guess, describe what your kobolds look like and how you would probably be unconscious on the ground. Not everyone at once now.
Sorry, I was waiting for everybody else to finish. So I guess I'll start. Bones is more of a middle-aged type kobold, not to the fullest extent of like 60-something years, but like a well managed adult. I'd say
I'm
about.
gonna double check the ages of kobolds while you describe this.
I saw that they mature at age 7 and can live up to 120, but they normally don't last that long. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's 17, which I assume is a good size age. A brownish, kind of a darker brown skin tone as it gets to his spine and the top of his head, kind of morphing into a regular brown as it gets more kind of to the inner side, like the front side of his body, and then it turns into a light tan. Much like a lizard or any other reptile, kind of darker in the back and morphing to a lighter underside. Yellowish reptilian eyes, and he'd be passed out. Now, were they knocked out or just like sleeping?
They were knocked
passed out?
unconscious, but you guys, so the party kind of settled, as if they had just gone to sleep, but you were all knocked unconscious.
Just kind of purely just knocked out on impact. No real concise, like conscious form
Kind of
created.
ragdolled.
Just essentially just kind of back to floor type deal. Just passed out and just kind of mouth wide open, tongue stuck out type
Bubble
deal.
coming out the nose.
Yeah.
All right.
Ash Valiant.
I elbowed my printer. Ow.
So, Talk is
Maybe
a
I should just grab two of them.
Talk is a red and gold scaled kobold. He's just about average height for a kobold, which is still pretty small. And he's like other than the clothes he wears, there's not much distinguishing him other than scales. And really all he's wearing is a loincloth, which is I wouldn't say less tattered, but it looks like somebody else has been trying to make sure his clothes has been presentable. And he's probably just splayed across the ground, like mouth. Actually, yeah, mouth closed, but tongue sticking out through his teeth, and you can just see like his arms twitch in the same way a dog does when they're asleep. Now, also one of the things, because he doesn't fucking wear a shirt, most kobolds don't. He has an odd metal device implanted in his chest over his heart, which at first glance just looks like almost like an oven dial. Now, Tick is very different compared to Talk. Tick is majority a red-scaled kobold. However, the entirety of the front of his chest, his neck, his maw, and his left arm are all clockwork creations, as he does not have the meat components that are supposed to be there. And he is like, his left arm is locked, like just splayed outwards at his side, while he just kind of lays there unconscious.
All right. Last two.
All right, I can go next. So Rat Dog is a kind of pale red, almost pink, kind of on the smaller side, but he's kind of stout. He kind of has like a hunch in his back. He's currently laying almost in a fetal position, and he is sucking his thumb.
That's fantastic. I was hoping at least one person was doing that. All right.
I think it's everything basically.
Yeah.
He's wearing just a loincloth. No,
He's
no
also
other
in a loincloth. Okay. So we have two
Just a
loincloth boys.
Okay. So Hawks is a black scaled, or his body is mostly black, but it leads into red hands and feet. He's got red eyes. On his back, like on each of his shoulder blades, there's two words, one that says hate and then the other says Santa.
It's Santa.
And then he would have fallen face down in the T-pose because the blast would have knocked out his animation and he would have gone back to his original form.
Would have knocked out his animation. I'm so fucking done right now. That's fantastic. All right, so we look upon this scene of this very odd group of kobolds. Kind of, they're not scattered about, but they're like a few feet from each other behind this pile of rubble on the backside of the cave. The first one, the one in the cloak, who's kind of gotten to her feet and has started to get her bearings, figure out what was going on. Approaches Talk, who you said is sleeping on his back.
Yes.
Okay. The rest of you, just before anything happens, you kind of start stirring ever so slightly, and you hear the words come from Tem, who is the kobold in the hood, say, "Get up, idiot," before you hear a loud smack as she brings her hand down onto the side of Talk's face. And even though she's not strong enough to do any kind of damage, it's a pretty hefty hit.
Why? Good dreams. Why?
Just get up.
Uh,
She kind of turns to the rest of the party. Ollie, get up. We need to talk.
I hop up on all fours.
I'm like patting around, like squinting my eyes. I was like,
And it's dark in this cave, by the way, too. So
We all have dark vision.
yeah, I know.
I looking around pretty much with almost like a face of I just smelled like the most putrid smell that you can. And I'm looking around, just what bloody time is it? Ratty, where are you? And I turn towards Rat Dog, and I'm like, there you are, boy. What's all this bloody ruckus about? And I turn towards Tim.
She kind of looking extremely irritated is like looking around and says, she says to you, I think it's time to leave. This cave, it's nothing to us now. We don't have a master. We need to figure out what we can do to keep ourselves alive. She kind of starts crawling over the pile of rubble to the middle of the room. She kind of stops over on the top and almost looks a little bit in shock as she's looking around the room. She says, It's been cleared out. All the crystal on it's gone." She disappears on the other side of the rubble.
I think I threw up.
No. Oh, good for you. And I look up around. Is there anything in this room that would perhaps not of any kind?
You said of what kind? Wait, what?
Of just of any kind.
Like a value? Sorry, you cut off a little bit in my ear.
So like just any like, can you describe the room? Is there anything of importance?
It's like a dome. The room's almost dome-like. The back wall where you guys are at is partially crumbled. Like the ceiling, there's a section of the ceiling that's fallen in and produced this like wall of rubble you guys are behind. And there's a passageway behind the rubble that you guys have been kind of squeezing in and out of to get into other sections of this cave that no one really knows about because it's behind the rubble. And within this room, you guys do remember before the adventurers showed up and the blast happened, there were shards of crystal everywhere. And there was a pile of trinkets in the middle of the room. Now that you guys have woken up and you have gone and looked over this ridge, the room has been picked clean. There is nothing but floor. And rubble. But Tem is kind of looking around a little bit in distraught, kind of muttering to herself as she's looking around the room. What are the rest of you doing?
Licking the floor.
Tick is probably Tick is doing maintenance on his left arm. He's probably pulling at like a lawnmower style revving cord, trying to get it working.
That sounds
just-
about right.
Just looking around.
Um,
So, what are the options we have here?
What were you gonna say, Jared? You were about to say something real fast. What?
I'm gonna put my hands down by my side, roll around violently on the ground, and then shoot up on my feet.
All right.
I noticed this. I'm like, fuck, and I I face palm and just. Okay.
Oh, I guess I should say this to everyone. Everything I say is going to be in character. So Hawks just said all of that while doing it.
While doing it, okay. So we're
he
talking-
audibly said, "I'm going to roll around," and then proceeded to do so.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck. I'm going to hate this.
This is gonna be terrible. All right. Tem kind of turns to you, who's the only one who's actually like made their way over this pile of rubble. She says, we gotta figure out where to go from here. We can just try to find work, find another dragon. I don't know. I'm a little
If you
lost.
think about it, what we have. If I could just remember where the bloody food is around here, then we don't even have to leave. Why go out
The idiot
there?
already ate it all. She gestures towards where Talk is.
I love rock.
Do you have the slightest idea how that narrows it down?
I love rock. I love rock.
Oh, that one. God.
Hi.
I
Good,
sniff
good,
the air for food.
good job. Oh, God.
Tem just fucking hits herself in the face.
Pick the rock.
And you just watch as Tick walks over and smacks Talk in the face.
Mm,
Cling.
I'm glad we have a short hand and a long hand here. That clock joke. Pretend I just whip a Nade right there.
I'm going to start running around the room yelling, Santa's been here.
And then he starts yelling, Santa's been here.
Can I sniff the air for food?
You could weasel your way into the back chambers.
All right, that worked.
Okay, so roll a perception check for me as you weasel your way into this back chamber. Which,
I got
when you go
four.
in there, it's a large. What'd you say?
I got a 13.
13. Okay, so it's a large, like, it's a rigid tunnel. It's not smooth like the room you guys are in. It's more natural, and where the food stocks would usually be, which is generally just like this pile upon what used to be various hides to just kind of hold the meat on, which is now just tattered pieces of hide that certain individuals have been munching on over the last like week or so. And it's been you guys had enough food in there probably to last you about 3 months. But you guys have since that point slowly eaten all that food since the dragon died or disappeared. So, and certain individuals, referring to the more less intelligent individuals, have been eating the hides that the meat was sitting on before.
Is he talking about me?
And Talk just like starts holding a flame in his hand in one hand. He's just like,
I cook meat. I can cook. Wait, no. Tick can cook, but I can heat. Fire. A Tick could cook.
Talk, put that out before you burn someone else.
and he just
Wow.
smacks himself in the face with the fire.
Temp face, just face palm, or face palms again. Just like I can't deal with this.
Talk also face palms. And Tick Yeah, no, both of them do. One putting out the fire, the other just fucking tired of his brother.
If you stare at this lot that we have here, do you really think that we'll even find work if we go out? I mean, it was a miracle we got hired by the last bloody dragon, and then he exploded. Well, what do we do with that? Where do we go from here? Look at the lot that we have. We have an idiot who announces what he's doing at all times.
We can go kill Santa.
And we have essentially a pet. And then we have one who speaks in a stroke like that. I think if he continues like that, we're gonna have to we won't have to spread so thinly on our rations soon enough.
Tick, no, sorry. Tick. Yeah, Tick, you see Tick like turn the dial on Talk's chest, and Talk just passes out, and Tick walks up and just begins listening more intently.
Oh, thank God.
What? I mean, look at this. I'm surprised. If we couldn't speak dragon, then we would have been dead by now. How do you suppose we find work? Huh? Do you even know where any other bloody dragons are around here?
Tick takes wrong roll. Tick takes a box out of one of the pouches on his loincloth, and he starts winding up this little Jack-in-the-Box style mechanism, and he shoves it onto his neck. He's just like, and he pries his maw open and just says, "My inventions were very useful," and then the box explodes in his hand.
Yeah, we know that you're good at your crafting. The only one we have to worry about out of this whole group is Talk. I think we can get work if we find the right idiot. Or a dragon who is just looking for some expendable minions.
Hey,
Emphasis
Tyler.
on the expendable.
Tyler, would this intelligence roll be good enough to fix the box up?
You rolled a 22? Yes.
Yeah. Tick puts it back in and just says, "My brother is good bomb."
I can agree with that. Yes, he is good for that.
Sure. Let's stretch the truth out a little bit and say that you can handle your brother. I'll take care of Ratty. He's mine. But what about this? And I gesture to Hawks. We will die out there if we go out at any time.
I think he's fine. He's just a little bit of a show.
I want to kill Santa.
Yes, we know. You've said this for the last however long you've been alive.
Winds up the box.
Santa fucked my mom. I'm gonna kill him.
My brother can be controlled via that.
And he just motions towards like the turning of the dial on his chest again.
Good. At least one of us have an off switch.
Tem shakes her head and she says, I'll be at the mouth of the cave if you guys are ready to go. She kind of just walks off, kind of all disappointed.
Need to check if brother's still up.
And then the box explodes again.
The cave has a mouth. It has teeth.
Regular teeth.
How'd we get in here?
No, calm down. Please. Oh, God. Ready? Come here. Come on.
I'm running around the room.
Tick is just
Running around the room.
Tick is just gonna go over and grab Talk, and he's just gonna wake him up enough so he can drowsily walk next to him while he half carries him. He does not need Talk having any energy.
I walked to Tim and he's like, "You have a plan for any of this, right?"
She looks at you a little unsure and kind of holds up like a hand gesture of like a little bit, like pointer and thumb finger, or her thumb just like about half an inch apart from each other, and she kind of gives you an unsure smile.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She's like, I at least have a plan for some of us.
All right.
It's going to be a journey.
I don't know why, but I half expected Journey to pop up out of nowhere.
Someone say my name? Oh shit! What the fuck are you?
It's just like an unexpected journey. I'd like for somebody to enter the room.
Yeah.
Journey pops up out of him. It's like
Pops your head from out behind a tree. You called?
He's like, all right. When do you suppose? It's not even been 5 minutes, and with this much racket going on, we'd be dead within seconds. There's wolves, bears, not to mention, sentient creatures that kill us.
In Red Dog.
Thank you, Rat Dog. And what?
And Santa.
And I'm like, I like buck my knees buckle, and I'm like resting my hands on my knees as I'm like squinting down, like, fuck, oh my god. All right, Tim. Tim. What? I gotta see what is there daylight? And can I walk towards the end of the cave?
Sunset right now.
Sunset.
So you're having a little bit of difficulty seeing right now due to your sunlight sensitivity, but it's not bad.
Okay. All right. So we have two options if we're going to leave. Either leave right now in the comfort of daylight, we not being able to see that well, but less likely to be attacked. Or we could go at night, see things coming, possibly get attacked. Does anybody want to take any sort of democratic vote to be civilized? I guess. And I look at Rat Dog. Rat Dog, you can hold up one of your hands for a second.
I believe that we should wait for talk to get better, and then
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't expected, but was 100% hoped for that you would do that. I had it in my mind. I was like, I want him to do this. And dude, Rob, we're gonna be best friends. Anyways, all right.
Oh, by the way, when I clear my throat, I get up on my hind legs, and then I'm back on my all.
You have like a
So-
straight
okay,
back.
so
You,
so
like,
90% of the
tighten
time you're on all fours, but then on occasion you stand up like a normal person.
Yes.
Since
Okay.
he's on all fours, I think that should give him a movement speed bonus.
No,
Okay. All right. I mean, who's the DM here? Yeah, that's what I thought.
am.
Anyways,
It's it's mainly on the back legs, but sometimes I'll use my forward legs to like run a little bit.
I'm just picturing he does like the Devilman Crybaby run.
Yes, that's such a good visual for it.
Just kind of like swings his arms like a baboon as he's sprinting.
I just have like the Scooby Doo like legs where they're like circles, and it's just like.
Yes, your legs are
Alright,
that way
so-
while your arms are just swinging like a orangutan.
Who
Exactly.
isn't in the cave as right now?
So
Yeah, right now.
Hawk is in the
Tick would
woods. Hawks is in the woods somewhere.
Watch you.
Okay.
Like, is Bone still in the cave? Because Tick is basically just dragging Talk along to follow you.
Yeah, no, I'm still in the cave. While you're gone, I looked out, saw that it was sunset, said that we need to take a vote whether we move right now, not being able to see, but have low chance of danger, or move later, being able to see and have a mediocre to high chance of danger of moving around at night. And I said, let's take a democratic vote. Rat Dog stood up on his hind legs, spoke for some reason in complete sentences, and had a British accent. And also, Hawks is now running inside of the woods.
I'm
Which-
punching a tree.
So the good news is, bad news is he ran out. Good news is we know exactly where he is at all times.
The North Pole.
Another bad news. So does everybody fucking else. So, do we leave now with the Santa idiot, or what do we do? I at this point I don't know, and I don't care. I'll move during the sunlight. It's low chance of danger if anything.
Tem, around this point, pulls out a map she had in a little, you could call it a satchel that she has on her side. It's not much of anything, but it holds stuff. She pulls out this old, crinkled map, and kind of dusts it off a little bit. And she kind of shows it to you and says, well, here's the thing. We can head in, I guess, one of 3 directions. We can try to go across the mountains by ourselves if we wanted to head that way. We might run into a dragon, but I've also heard of werewolves and stuff in the mountains. We could go to the town here. She points to where Morian Bay is, where you guys started your other campaign. She says we could see if we could find work. We could head to the castle a little more south, see what's going on there. I don't exactly know where we should head though.
And when's the last time you talked to man about this? Do you really want to work for people that come in here to our dead master's home, steal whatever it is? I mean, look at these footprints that were left behind. Gesturing to the ground. They come in here and ransack everything. Do you want to work for that?
Well, we did kind of acquire most of the things that were in that cave, taking them as well, so I don't exactly
But that's
blame them.
besides the point. What would you rather work for? Some fleshy man thing that abuses you, builds these civilizations that ruins our natural homes? Or the mighty beast of a dragon?
Why did you become Meat Canyon?
But dragon hurt us too.
But dragon give benefits.
Fucking Scooby-Doo.
You don't give benefits.
Yeah,
Dragon give us 401k. Dragon give us pension.
Get good dental plan.
Talk is only slightly conscious, so it's very difficult for him to talk right now.
Oh, that was too fucking
That's
good.
Talk can't talk.
No, Talk is the one who spoke. It's just he's slightly conscious.
It's like he's
Talk
on...
can talk, but Tick can't talk.
Yeah, Tick is unable to speak right now because he can't hold the box up to himself, and also it blew up again.
Nobody gave credit to that amazing joke, but anyways.
No, I got it. I thought it was pretty good. I just didn't want to say anything.
Kind of breaking from character for a second here, but Celtic, do we need to worry about weight of things and our characters?
Why do you ask?
Encumbrance, most likely.
Because
I don't pay attention to it too much.
my character is 33 pounds when wet, and my weight is currently 125. My armor alone is 55.
You can hold 270 pounds.
As a 35. Okay. No, you know what? I'm not complaining. Go ahead.
We won't. I don't deal with that too much unless for this campaign specifically, we're not going to probably deal with that too much. I don't foresee this little pack of kobolds having a lot.
Yeah.
So, and this isn't going to be a huge magical campaign like the other one's going to be, where we're going to get a bunch of items and shit.
And whatever is excess, we're all just one bad roll away from one of us burning it all anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've seen this crowd.
Oh, I was getting real specific on what character.
Yes. Now,
so
I want to prestidigitate some trees on fire.
That's not how that works.
No, that's not.
And I'm gonna prestidigitate my torch on fire and hold it up to the leaves.
Oh God,
that's
good. I gotta stop Hawks. Fuck, he charges you.
I don't think that works either.
Can I go get a?
I can
Can I
light
get
a torch.
Prestidigitate, I think, can. I fucking
Lights any
hate
torch.
trying- Yeah, I hate pronouncing that fucking word. Yeah, she charges you though and tries to take away your torch.
I look at Tim and I was like, I guess
No.
we're leaving now. Fuck
I
it.
don't.
I squint as we walk out the
Roll-
I
roll
walk
a,
out the cave.
Roll a dex save for me, Hawks against Tep.
Fuck you, it's my torch.
Oh
Jeez.
shit.
22. Jesus.
Jeez.
You see as Tem dives at Hawks, and Hawks, like, with some anime-like speed, just seems to just disappear and reappear behind Tem with a lit torch. And he's just standing there as she hits the ground and rolls a few feet, gets up.
I look at Tem, laugh in my head,
Okay.
feel kind of horny, and now I mind sliver myself.
Tem just looks at you like, what? What?
I dropped the torch as I did that, and now I run away farther into the woods.
Is Bones still near the brothers?
No, I'm pretty much walking outside to
Okay,
follow
then no one would
follow
see
them.
this.
Tem by this point is stomping out the torch that was just lit and kind of tossing it off to the side somewhere.
I mean, why does he even have a torch? We see better when it's not lit. Who gave him a torch?
I don't know where he got a torch.
Ooh, it's time to burn things. And
No.
Tick just turns Talk off again.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Before we head out, can I go back to the cave and try to get a skull to wear it?
Are you trying to turn into a Cubone?
Exactly.
You know, as DM of the session, I'll allow it.
You're not the DM. I will say, I would say, if you ran back in there really quickly, you would be able to find, it would be a partially broken skull of like a bear, but it would be like one of the eye sockets is like cracked and is like larger than it's supposed to be, and doesn't, like, part of the skull's missing, so like it doesn't cover like a portion of your head, but you can wear it.
Yeah, so I had to Google bear skull. These things look sick.
Yes, they do.
Well,
That's why I picked a bear skull. And plus, it would fit on a kobold head.
Elk and bear
Hell
skulls
yeah.
are the coolest fucking skulls, man.
Hell yeah.
Silverback's
Oh
got
yeah,
a,
you ever
elk
seen a
skull.
dwarf elephant? It looks like a cyclops, and I actually gave like the scientific community like questioning whether cyclops are real or not.
That's amazing. Now, where are you guys trying to go? Because now Tem is.
All right. All right. Follow Hawks, I guess. And I scream out. I was
Bless
like,
you.
"Hey, Hawks, what are you doing?"
Did he just yell "bless you"?
Yes,
He
I'm-
just answered me.
I'm rocking back and forth in the fetal position, whispering, "Santa fuck my mom, Santa fuck my mom, Santa fuck my mom."
Oh god, he's
Alright,
he's having one of these fits again. Tem slowly comes up to your side and drags you to your feet, looks you in the eye, and then slaps you across the face. Snap out of it.
Thank you, madam.
You're welcome. I guess I don't know.
So the three choices were mountains, a human castle, or
A human castle or one of the nearby towns, which there's one to the west and one to the south.
theft, survival, or castle. Well, theft, harder theft, or castle.
Well, you can steal at a
Probably
castle
lives in a
too,
castle.
but- Well,
Yeah,
I-
so
I'm-
theft,
I-
harder theft, or castle. Wait, no. Theft, harder theft, or survival. There we go. Those are the words.
Well, if we
So-
wanted to as well, we could. I think the nearby town, the one to the west, I think we could probably find work, possibly, and maybe steal a little bit of cash. But
What is? You know what? Now that you mentioned getting a fair piece of coin, I say we make it to the town.
and I don't know if you guys realize this, but I've been there once or twice. She kind of starts walking in the direction that the town would be.
And how welcome were one of our kind there.
They don't give us too much of a look. for the most part.
Is ale good there?
Ratty, you're not getting any ale. You know
Oh,
what happened last time?
I didn't get the chance to go to the tavern that I know is in town.
So we're just like walking and talking towards the town, or we still.
Yeah, so it is a bit of a journey, but yeah, right now you guys are just talking as you're walking through the woods.
Journey.
Journey pops up again. Did somebody call?
Yeah. So I think throughout this trek until
I like how you changed the word.
until he's needed, I think what Tick is gonna do is just drape talk over his shoulder, turned off until fire is needed.
Okay, so you guys are
Frantically look left and right, making sure Santa's not following us.
Santa isn't real. How many times he didn't fuck your mother?
He did. You don't know.
Don't know your mother.
I do know my mom. Why would you say that?
Not once have
running
we
off
worked
into the
for that
distance.
dragon, and you mentioned your mother or Santa.
Running
It
off into the
happened
distance.
after this trek.
Oh, there he goes again. God damn it.
Hawk has mom. Red Dog want mom.
Ratty,
Red Dog,
I'm
we
your
all
mom.
have the same mom, well, most of us.
yeah. How do you think you and which one's the dumb one? Is it Tick or Talk?
Tick,
The dumb
talk.
ones talk.
Dumb one's Talk. How
Yeah.
you and Ratty, you and Talk were pretty much of the same batch, almost. You know, but fetal alcohol syndrome. It's just one of those things that happens.
That's exactly my backstory. That'd be perfect.
We're writing backstories as we're talking. That's what's happening right now. This is character development.
Perfect.
All right.
We should probably go catch hawks.
No, hold on. Hey, Hawks, do you plan on coming back?
No.
All right, I think we keep going towards the town.
Okay. I guess that's fine. This is there's just a lot going on now.
All right. Anyways,
Yes. Anyways.
So. and I pull out just a little ration just to have a little quick snack on as we're walking.
Yeah, what's left of the food stores is in the bags that we have.
So,
All right. Oh God. we're
and then that's it. I throw up.
Oh God. And you were talking about not wanting to get attacked.
Mm.
You go and puke. It's great.
I'm doing a sharp 180 and running back towards the group.
I'm like pulling out a sliver of like the rotting hide that food was like sitting on, and it was like, I think this belongs to you, and I like hold it in front of Rat Dog's face.
I scarf it down.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I pretty much just look at the ration and was like, all right, and I just toss it his way.
The most feral of the group just eats whatever's thrown his direction.
All right, let's just continue walking, I guess. Has the sun set by this point?
The sun is set. You guys, so by this point, you would have been walking for about 4 hours. At about this point, it's pretty late in the night. You guys haven't seen anything so far as you've been walking. Though you have heard a bit of noise here and there, usually like nocturnal birds, doing their calls, and every so often something rustles past. With that, actually, I will have everyone roll a perception check for me.
Not with disadvantage.
Not with disadvantage because it's nighttime.
Let's go. I love nighttime. 18.
I got a 10.
Not one.
No, you got a 0, Fox.
Well, it was a nat 1, which made it a 0.
What kind of
Guys, I don't think
Perception.
Perception.
Hawks is tripping balls right now.
It's daytime, isn't it?
No, it's nighttime.
No.
Oh, it's nighttime. Okay. This is
You guys
who
left
turned
at
off
sunset.
the sun.
Hawks is
19.
rambling about someone turning off the sun.
Oh wait, no, this is the wrong roll because Talk is
Talk
asleep.
is unconscious.
Yeah, Talk is unconscious. Oh,
You did this to yourself, Lucas.
meh. I don't care.
So you guys are talking for like several hours. The night goes on, pretty uneventful for the most part. As you guys are, every so often something will scurry past. Some sort of animal of some sort may scurry past. The rat dog only sees a few of these, but they're some distance away. When he does notice them, he doesn't notice the ones that would probably be easier to catch. The only person who really notices most of it is Bones. Pretty much notices pretty much all of the little things happening here and there over the course of the next few hours. And around this point, the sun begins to start peeking up behind you guys as you are slowly making your way through the woods still. Tem kind of glances back, pulls out her map and starts looking at it. She looks to you, Bones, and says, I think maybe we have another day's worth of walking. We might
What
want
do
to
you
rest.
mean you think?
Well, I'm not exactly a navigator. And it's usually taken me about 2 days to get to town.
All right. Where's Hawks at this point?
I'm right behind you.
Oh, you caught up to us?
You smell good.
Oh, God.
All right, Hawks. Okay.
Bless you.
If by
thank you.
outside means you made it magical, would you consider a stick a wand?
That's like saying if I throw a stick and it lands right where I am, is it considered a boomerang?
It's like, because I can make a stick magical, but would you consider that a wand?
I would,
you-
yeah.
Yeah, if you turned a stick into an arcane focus, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say it would be more of just like a general
here's what
term
I
of
was wondering.
arcane focus.
Tyler, would I be able to make Talk's heart controller the oven dial in his chest? Can I make the heart controller his arcane focus?
I would say it probably already
You
is.
making him Iron Man?
I would say it already is, considering it's built into. Though, with that, if you wanted to do that, I'm just thinking about this, and we probably should have discussed this before. We could make Tuck a clockwork sorcerer.
No, he's draconic bloodline.
Draconic bloodline. Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's why he has the gold skills.
I would work it as it could be his arcane focus only because there may be a crystal embedded in it because it is probably the work of artificing.
It's Tick's work, so it's magically based, which is why I asked. Because it's also to specify if I can use a certain infusion on him, which would make it a focus.
Yeah, I would say it could only be a focus and the ability to turn him off. But
yeah, because there's a enhanced arcane focus, which is why I was asking. It's the
Okay.
infusion.
Gotcha. Yes. But yeah, this she just says we guess we can try to walk through the day. We did sleep for quite a while. I don't know if it was just yesterday we slept, but we could try to keep moving until we're tired, and then rest, and then take the rest of the way when the night falls again. I don't know.
Yes, keep moving. They'll stop Santa from catching us.
Okay.
I'm gonna get tired of that really quickly. It's really easy when you guys were in the cave to ditch out and get away.
You may get tired, but Santa won't.
I'm really
Santa never
hoping
gets tired.
I'm really hoping at one point it like comes up to where like Hawks, like we're in combat. It was like it's like a Suicide Squad moment. It was like, hey, that is your mom, or you're like that's Santa.
Kills a bearded guy in red, and he's like, "I killed Santa," and immediately gets fucking wrecked.
You know
Finds
who
out it was
that
the
is?
king.
It's your mom.
All right.
I think find somewhere off the trail a little bit out of harm's way, and we just rest at least through most of the day. We can make it. How much? And you said another day reach the town.
Probably. I would say probably another probably 18 hours of walking.
All right, let's rest for now. Can I look for a large? I would say medium to large tree, something climbable. You know what I mean?
Roll a perception check. DC is going to be relatively low. You're in a forest.
Is it disadvantage or advantage? Or not advantage?
I would say just regular right now because it isn't quite sunny. The sun is rising.
All right, 19.
Okay, yeah, you find you pretty easily. There's a fairly large tree nearby that actually looks quite climbable.
All right.
And
I kind of like set my back to the tree while still standing. My fingers and my hands interlock with each other. It's like, all right, first one's up. Come on, it'll be safer up here than it is on the floor.
Tem gestures for the others to go first.
Scamper up
We're
there.
safe from Santa.
Get up there.
Come on, Hawks. Santa's too fat. He can't climb trees. Remember?
Santa flies. How do you think he gets on the roofs?
I look up at the tree. Do you think a whole sleigh fits up there? Get your ass in my hands now.
You don't know Santa.
Here, I will make a ward so Santa will stay away, and Tem just starts carving into the tree, as if to draw a symbol to ward off Santa.
Fine, but that will only hold him for a little bit.
All right,
Talk is gonna
roll.
Yeah.
Jared, roll a acrobatics check for me with advantage, or athletics, your choice.
while this happens, Tick is just gonna toss a rope over a branch so he can pull Talk up there, and then
Okay.
just use the robot
Okay.
arm to climb.
I got a 15 magical
like
voice.
food for a picnic, so you don't like have a
Yeah,
bear come and attack.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Talk is still. Talk's just gonna be left hanging off that branch, and then Tick
Alright.
just uses the robot arm to climb up.
Hawks gets up into the tree,
Bless you.
kind of settles in his spot once he gets up there. Tem then turns to Rat Dog and says, "All right, you're next." And he is muted.
I'm visibly sitting in the tree and vibrating.
That's nice, Hawks. That's good.
Bless
That's
you.
good.
Can I just go ahead and scamper up there?
Yes.
All right.
roll a acrobatics or athletics check for me.
Oh, fuck yes. That's a 15.
All right, yeah, you just like a spider, just
Yes. I have +6 on athletics.
oh gosh. Tem just kind of watches this happen and then turns to Tick and just goes, "All right, come on, Tick."
Yeah, or
And
yeah, no,
roll acrobatics or athletics with advantage because you're being helped by Bones.
with advantage. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take the 15.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You get up there. You don't have much problem. You get up there with the others. Tem then looks to you, Bones, and says, I can get up myself."
Nah, no worries, Lassie. Come on. Let me hoist you up.
She starts climbing herself. She does slide a little bit as she's going up at one point, as one of the branches breaks under her weight, but then she scampers up the rest of the way.
You're gonna have to go light on the rations now as I start climbing up.
She snarls at you for a moment. Gets up into the tree, moves up into a higher branch, and pulls out a rope and ties herself down so she won't fall out of the tree while sitting up there.
I'm gonna lay on my stomach with all my limbs hanging off.
So you're doing the cheetah pose.
Yes, exactly.
All right. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna just try and lean against like the main
Trunk.
yeah.
You're laying on
Thank
one
you.
of the thicker branches with your back against the
Yeah.
trunk. Yeah.
It's like, I'll climb up. Since I got a pretty good roll, I'll just go into like one of the higher points and say, "All right, I'll keep first watch," and I tie myself down.
All right. And I'm assuming Tick just dragged Talk right up into the tree and just left him dangling under the tree branch.
Yeah,
Alright.
he's just hanging from there.
All right. This would be a very interesting sight for someone walking by to see. All right. I guess roll a perception check with disadvantage to take your first watch. While everyone is resting.
I wasted a nat 20 on that.
Damn.
14.
Okay. You go through your watch. It's pretty quiet. The forest does come to life really quickly once you guys have actually settled in. There's a few points. There's actually squirrels scampering around you, just out of arm's reach, but like they're moving around you. Some of them kind of looking at you curiously and scampering around, not doing much else other than that. Though during your watch, no one really comes by. You don't see another person, another creature, other than yourselves and these squirrels that are running around. Are you going to wake anyone up for the next watch, or?
Yeah. Are there any? I'll just grab like a little twig that just kind of just hanging, and I'll snap it off, and I'll kind of like I'm throwing a knife or a dagger, and I'll just like try and aim for Rat Dog's head.
All right, roll an attack for me with your Dex mod.
All right. That was a saving throw, but they're both +1, so I guess
Okay,
it
yeah.
works.
So you hit Rat Dog with it, and he is woken by a sharp prick in his side from the twig as it hits, but it's not thick enough, or it's not a large enough stick to actually damage his hide in any kind of way. But he is awake now.
So, roll perception now for.
Well, yeah, you can do your encounter with each other, like waking up and switching watch.
Okay.
Hey, you ready? I'm gonna catch him. Should I holler if there's any noise?
Red Dog will.
All right, and don't wake up him. And I point to Hawks.
Bless you.
He says, "Bless you in his sleep."
I just wake your bones. I got you, Bonji.
Thanks, Ratty. And I put my hands behind my head and lean back, leaning against the tree, catching some shut eye.
All right. Rat Dog, roll that perception with disadvantage for me.
I got stuff. Oh, 9 is my lower one.
Damn. All right. You kind of experience the same thing. You're just kind of lazily hanging from this tree. You've gotten into the habit of just kind of lazily just slunking around places because you haven't had to work in several months due to the boss dying.
Yeah.
And
I miss him.
you don't pay much attention to much anything. At one point, you get distracted by a couple of like dragonflies darting around below you, just kind of doing dragonfly things.
Can I catch a squirrel?
Um,
What roll would that be?
I would say a dex check, and I have two DCs depending, and they will determine what happens depending on what you do during this dex check.
Okay. I got a 16.
Okay, you do manage to catch a squirrel. It takes you a little bit. And there's a few close calls where you nearly fall out of the tree.
Yeah.
While jumping around. Though you do manage to catch one after it's probably a good hour of just trying to get these squirrels to get close enough and to catch them. But you have a squirrel in hand now.
Nice. Can I eat it or eat half of it at least?
Yeah, we'll just say you did, because I'm not gonna make you roll an attack against a squirrel that you have in your grasp. You attacked it already. Yeah, so you munch on the squirrel, and around this point, it's the end of your watch. You can
Okay.
you can wake someone up to do to kind of take over the watch, or you cannot.
I'm gonna call out to Tem, that's higher up.
Yeah.
Tem.
She kind of shakes for a second, kind of jumps a little bit, and she looks down at you and she goes, "What?
Squirrel?
You offering her the other half?"
Yes.
She looks at it a little confused for a second before letting out a sigh and removing a rope and climbing down.
Yes.
She takes the other half from you.
You eat squirrel what?
She says, "I will." She says, how about you go back to sleep? I'll finish off the watch."
I wag my tail and go back to my brand.
This is one of the most adorable characters I have heard of as a kobold so far.
Yes.
Other than Joe Cat's makeshift kobold, but this is a pretty close second.
Yes.
Wait, what? Yeah, you're referencing the one that was on Critical Role?
No,
Oh.
you're thinking of Spurt.
Dude, Spurt was great.
I didn't think Spurt was adorable,
Yes,
but he was
I did
hilarious.
it! I win! Boom!
Yeah, you're dead. I win. Gallagher spurt across the floor.
Spoilers.
All right, that's such a good. That was such a good episode. Shortest and the NPC who lasts the shortest on the show. But anyways, we're talking about competitors here.
Oh yeah, we're really doing a number on them.
Oh yeah, so much. We're taking so many viewers away. No. One day, if this thing becomes popular, this video is going to be brought back, and someone's going to reference this, how we made this joke.
Rat dog will live on.
If somebody does that, man, I would love to have Billy Eilish.
Anyways, continue.
All right.
You're right.
So Tem takes the last watch, which during that time you guys finish your long rest, and by this point, as she wakes all of you up, it is probably about 2 hours before sunset. You guys have slept a large portion of the day away. She actually ended up taking a longer watch than originally intended, but she does wake all of you up. Not starting with Talk this time. She actually doesn't wake him up. She wakes up Tick first, kind of just shaking him awake before moving to Rat Dog, and then so on. The last person she wakes up is Hawks.
Bless you.
Thank you, I guess. I don't know.
I dive out of the tree.
Roll a dex save for me.
I like this smack that I heard.
You just heard a smack?
Well, I think I heard somebody in Discord accidentally like slap him. It sounded like or something like that.
Jared, Hawks, as you dive out of this tree, you land head first. You hit the ground head first. And you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage upon hitting the ground.
Jesus.
And just kind of lay there prone.
I noticed as as I'm climbing down the tree, at least didn't hit
Santa didn't see
anything
that
important.
What did he say?
Santa didn't see that coming.
Hawks,
Alright.
Tem climbs down after you, Bones, and with a deep sigh walks over to Hawks and slowly drags him to his feet. You done?
For now.
Good. Let's go. She
Now
looks
has
back.
ended. I run off.
She sighs again.
It's okay. He shows up out of nowhere. You know him. Now let me take a view of that map you have there.
She pulls it back out and hands it to you.
Does it have does it show like the trail leading to the
Roll-
like a main road leading
Roll
to
an
it.
intelligence check to be able to kind of decipher the map.
Damn.
Okay.
I have a minus
15.
Okay, I was really hoping for a low DC because I'd be like, you're holding the maps upside down or something. Okay, you get yourself oriented. There's no trail, per se, because there wasn't a trail leading from the dragon's lair to the town, because that would be completely absurd. Who would go to a dragon's lair on a daily basis?
But I didn't know if we just like walked down from the mountain and then
No,
found
but
a road.
based on your general idea of the cardinal directions and some sort of natural instinct that kind of tells
Sun
you
sets in the
direction.
west.
Yeah, that's the natural instinct as the sun is setting before you. You're heading in the right direction. You don't know if it's intuition or survival, but the sun is in front of you, so you know you think you're going west. No,
well, it's a good
east.
thing I
You're
have
going
a +4
east.
for survival checks.
Do I have my sides wrong on which way the sun rises and which way it sets?
It rises in the east, sets in the west.
I think
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that's-
sun rose.
That's for the northern hemisphere, anyways.
That's
think.
what it
I think
was.
it's different.
The sun rose in front of you, and it set behind you. Because I'm dumb and I don't know anything. It's fine.
Looks like you're holding the map upside down.
No, I was holding the world upside
God,
down.
I'm so cool. Anyways.
The fucking laugh track. I wasn't ready for the laugh track.
All right.
All right.
So, I guess, and I'm like moving it like further and closer away, trying to like have my eyes focus on like what I'm trying to look at. So I believe we should be going, and I turn my head and turn with my body. This way for a quicker path.
And you just kind of gesture in a direction.
Yeah.
Says okay.
You might want to double check. We can never be too sure. I don't want to be walking back to the cave.
She kind of looks up at the sky and IDs where the sun is and kind of looks around for a minute and goes, yeah, that should be the way. She pockets the map. Starts walking again. This has already been more than I was hoping for. So far. But yes, she begins to lead the way again. Is anyone wish to keep watch during this walk?
Are we not doing the same thing that we did last time where we all just kind of roll a perception check?
We can all roll a perception check. I just want to see if anyone is like wanting to.
I am sprinting at the group at full speed.
Are you
Thank
trying
you,
to run
Hawks.
into them? I guess he
No,
can't
he-
answer me in real life. Yeah, he's just sprinting towards everyone.
Remember what he says. Anything that he's saying right now is what he's doing. He announces what he does. I'm just gonna go ahead and
if
roll for
combat
perception.
happens, he's just gonna be like, "I rolled a natural 20," and everyone's just gonna look at him and go, "What?"
I am diving at the group.
I got a 20.
Everyone roll a dex save.
Oh, fuck. Hell yeah. I got a
Wait, damn.
Jared, roll a.
It might be too late, but can I ask? Can I roll like a strength save to try and catch him running at us, or would that not be it?
You can after the dex save because this would be avoiding his body weight hitting you, and
Can I
then
actually
you can try to grab
that?
him. Huh?
Can I also do that?
You can both do it once we pass. And Jared, roll a straight dex check. All right, Bones, you get collided with, and you
You rolled less than my 11 bones.
take.
What are you talking about rolling?
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage from his body slamming into yours. But now you can roll a strength check to grapple him.
Alright.
Jared, or Hawks, roll a
Nat 20.
acrobatics or athletics check.
You have to beat a 24.
That is very much
All
less
right.
than your nat
I
20.
got a nat 20 on
You grapple Hawks, and he flails about a
Did you-
little bit in your
That was
arms.
funny.
Quit straining. You're gonna get us killed. I'm like searching around his chest for like the heart clock that like
That's the wrong guy.
I know, but there's got to be something on this one.
Oh, watch where you're putting your hands, big boy.
Can I, while I have him pretty much grappled, can I roll to tie him up?
Roll a sleight of hand check, or you could ask someone else to tie him up for you.
When you go to tie him up, do you put him on the ground?
Yeah, I'll put him onto the ground, try and keeping force on him. Do I need to
Okay,
roll like athletics or strength thing for that?
Both of you roll athletics.
Oh shoot! Damn, I was looking at the wrong character.
I got a
Damn,
23.
can't tell.
I'm not trying to escape. I'm just vibrating.
Okay, he's just
Okay.
vibrating. So you
The
pin him to the
character
ground,
who
you
could
tie him
help
up.
is passed out right now.
So yeah,
I was
you
gonna
you
use Mold Earth, but it's the wrong guy.
God damn it. You tie him up, you tie his hands up behind his back. Are you tying his legs too?
Yes, everything.
Are we talking hog tie?
Yes.
Alright, so you hawk tie him.
Nice.
You can tie
Yes.
me up, but that won't stop me from vibrating.
By this point, you can audibly hear him vibrating.
All right.
It's like a phone
All right.
buzzing.
We can't forget about this too. And I grab his snout and I just start like tying rope around that.
Oh yeah, so you are now muffled. You cannot speak.
It's more annoying, but better for our safety. All right,
If
let's continue moving.
Hey Tyler, if you want Jared to have a save DC, it's an opposed sleight of hand to Jared's whatever roll
He
you
wasn't
want.
he
him
wasn't
to
fighting it, but
try to escape.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean after the knock.
yeah.
He does
Yeah,
not care
no,
at all.
Basically,
I have a DC in mind.
Oh,
if he
okay,
was to
yeah,
do it.
because usually when players tie knots, the player made DC is sleight of hand.
Yeah. All right, so you guys continue. Are you carrying Hawks over your shoulder?
I like to think that I found a stick
And you are
and that
dragging
me
him.
and somebody else is like carrying him with us.
Okay.
Like,
So you're talking like
Hog tie.
I'm talking about hog-tied and put
like
a
the scene in
like a
Star
stick.
Wars where they're tied up and they're getting ready to get cooked over a
Exactly.
fire. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I guess Tem would help you with this because Tick's already busy, and I don't foresee Tem probably doesn't foresee Rat Dog being very helpful in carrying a person like this. So yes, you guys are walking with a tied up Hawks, who at any time can roll a sleight of hand check to try to escape.
I like to think he just says a muffled "bless you" every time you say his name.
Yes.
Ox, you good down there?
It's so quiet.
All right. Good on you.
And I'm gonna watch the dice roller to make sure, like, to find out when he rolls. Yes. So you guys are walking. Now those of you remaining now roll perception checks that are actually paying attention.
Damn. I got it.
Damn. I got 5.
We ain't seeing shit, dog.
All right. After that
My last
little,
perception check was so good too. What a waste.
so after that little situation, of course, Hawk's the one who's paranoid of Santa, is keeping keeping an eye out very closely, even though he is tightly tied to this stick. Oh, that wasn't a perception check. That was Hawks escapes.
Yeah, he disguised it. No
So-
way.
No, it's
No
just so
way.
at some point, it's about 2 hours into walking. You guys aren't paying too much attention. And Bones, you're leading the kind of dragging along of Hawks. You feel the stick get lighter, and you turn to see Hawks land on the ground like he's a spider. And what does Hawks do?
I untie the rope from my mouth.
Yes, we can see that.
You guys should really watch out for Santa.
Okay.
Tem
Duly
kind of
noted.
tosses the stick to the side and says, "So I've heard."
I just pick up the rope, and put it back into whatever backpack that I have.
Yeah, most
I
of your
pick up the
guys'
stick with
stuff
them.
is like makeshift bags and stuff.
It's still rope.
Yeah.
Rope good. Rope helpful.
Yes.
I hang myself.
Okay, that got dark. This is supposed to be funny. This is not supposed to be dark.
Yeah, you like also you like how I'm pretty much like the only serious character other than Tim.
I'm loving it.
Ironically,
I'm loving it because it's completely opposite of Balrog.
Yeah. It's opposite of me, and I thought it was gonna be like a funny type beep for this campaign. I was like, you know what? It'd be really funny
If you were the
if
one
I
serious
don't
person.
do
You're
that.
the,
We need
you're
to
the
play
only
this
serious
again.
character who can speak. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I can speak.
Like,
I'm serious
like
about killing Santa.
Tick can't speak until like we stop long enough that he can fix his fucking voice box.
Hawks, who are you
Alright,
talking to?
Bless you.
Okay.
Just say thank you. Just say thank you. He
Thank
gets mad
thank
if
you,
you
I
don't.
guess.
There you go.
I walk up behind Bones.
Yep.
You
Oh,
still smell good.
we're just still walking along. It's like, yeah.
You still smell so good.
Okay. Hey, Reddy. What you doing over there?
I'm playing with the stick.
All
He's
right.
just batting a stick around.
It's in my mouth.
So you're dogging it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dogging
Reddy.
with a stick it.
Reddy. Keep an eye out for. I don't want to say his name, but you know the one I'm talking about, and I'm like gesturing
Gesundheit.
towards.
Santa?
No.
One needs to watch out for Santa.
All right. How about you two keep an eye out for Santa and let us know if you see anything that is only Santa. Okay?
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know.
Thank you. All right.
Oh my god.
I looked at Tim and I just mouth like no sound coming out of but just like lip reading. Just we are dead.
She nods.
We'll be
and
fine.
and lips the words.
You can't see this.
And she lips the words. Totally.
All right.
Alright, so a few hours pass. You guys aren't too perceptive on what's happening around you. Though there is a point, you do hear a loud rustling. Followed by a deep kind of grunting and groaning. I would try to make the sound myself, but I would butcher it. I'm no voice actor.
Let's hear it. I need visualization, please. I'm trying to be immersed with my character and how he would feel in this. So it would really help if you would say like how it sounds.
I don't know how to. I can't do it. I can't make the noise of this.
More like a-
figure out what it is. I'll try if I can.
Yeah, that works. That kind of works. I was going for something else, but yeah, that kind of works.
Like that, like
We're not talking like I'm trying to
Like-
get air in my lungs. I just fell out of a goddamn tree.
like old people doing it. Yeah, like that type beat.
No. That is not the one I'm talking about.
Joe Biden. All right.
Joe Biden. A few seconds pass though, and you see this large, dark mass just outside your dark vision start shifting around in the trees, kind of moving around like grunting and grunges. Like that was terrible. That sounded like a zombie. What the
I
fuck?
like that a lot. I'm immersed right now.
You're immersed because I'm
Yeah.
making shitty noise.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
kind of
rock hard. Anyways, continue.
it's kind of moving around. You can hear it sniffing around. Tem kind of stops in her tracks, and you see her slowly draw her short bow, kind of staring at this large mass that is it's about 70 feet from you. So it's just outside your guys' dark vision.
I
That's
whisper.
Santa, guys. That's Santa, guys. That's Santa, guys. That's Santa.
I cover his
That's
mouth
Santa.
and I was like, should we run or take this thing? Whatever it is, we don't know what it is.
Tick secures one hand over Talk's mouth, and then he wakes Talk up.
I
Can I
imagine that's more of like
roll
like turning like the dial, and it's like a jump start to like the heart like pumping. It like turns and he like jolts up. You hear like a little muffle of just like somebody who just has their like heart revived. I imagine that's what it's like.
Yeah, it's just like
It
I
sounds like a kid
that.
underwater.
That's really good. I love how much. I love we're doing like actual detailed role playing in this rather than just goofing off like we usually do.
I like how the serious campaign, it's goofing off. In this one, there's actually description.
Yeah.
in the serious campaign, I run a character who's actively tries to be quiet, or he's a rage beast. At least
Yeah.
these two are ridiculous enough. There's things to explain.
And I'm Balrog in the other one. Like, that's
And
not
I'm
okay.
Balrog.
In the
All
other
right.
campaign, he's either actively trying to be quiet or he's pissed off at the people around him.
I
Like
think you mean
Balrog.
person around him.
Yeah.
Tem
I'm
slowly
like
turns
Tim's-
towards Bones and goes, I think we might be able to go past it. It doesn't seem to have noticed us yet.
Can I make some sort of check to see exactly what this thing is?
Roll a nature check.
Nature. All right,
Who just-
19.
Nice.
All right.
Can I make some
You-
kind of intelligence check to also do so?
It would have to be nature.
Oh yeah, nature's intelligence, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Tick, you know you've heard these grunts and growls before. Bones, your bit of experience doing a little bit of hunting for the master from time to time. You recognize it is a bear of some sort that is ahead of you.
Please be a dire bear. Please be a dire bear. Please be a dire bear.
Bear noise.
Wow.
Red
Okay.
Yeah,
So- So I'm gonna like release my hand off of Hawks's mouth.
Bless
Don't
you.
say bless you.
And you
So,
hear
I turn to
right
the-
as he says that, you hear.
I turn to the group. It was like I have like my back turned to the bear. I'm like, all right. So what we have here is a bear of some sort, kind of big. I'm not gonna lie. We can probably take it. Sneaking around is most likely not an option. So I think the best plan of attack is Talk. Are you all right? Can you fight?
1 sec, let me make the check.
And right around this point,
Talk wordlessly looks at you, just nods his head yes.
All right. So, I think what we can do here is the old bait and switch. Ratty, run up to it and see if you can cower in front of it. Just get really distracting, and then we'll come in
and we'll just attack on our own. It should help us a little bit.
Santa isn't gonna fall for those tricks. I'm gonna throw a chaos bolt at it.
It's not.
Around this point, as you say that, you hear a deep exhale behind you. Just. And you turn as Tem takes a few steps back to a black bear standing at full height behind you.
Oh, a black bear? Oh,
Yeah,
these
it's a
things are
black bear.
nothing.
And it lets out a roar, and I need you all to roll initiative.
Santa's
Do we
angry.
get advantage on that?
Say that again?
Do we get initiative or advantage on that?
The initiative? No, it's
Yeah.
regular initiative because it wandered up to you guys while he was talking.
Oh, okay.
I gave us
went
I gave us disadvantage because I was talking to you guys.
Shit, I got a 5.
Wait, did you say disadvantage?
No, it's just regular roll.
Oh, just regular. Okay, cool.
You guys wouldn't have advantage on the roll against it because it wandered up to you guys while you were talking.
Yes.
Also, I
rolled an
still
11.
have -2 hit points because Hawks decided to.
Well, he's got
Tackle me.
-8, so
Maybe you should have rolled better on your dice.
Maybe
If you were lacking a little bit more health, I would heal you, but this is a bit too much for 2 health HP.
fine. Nah, it's all good.
So yeah, Tick is the resident healer, but he only has a touch spell, so you got to get up to him.
Okay.
I'm writing down the initiative order. So as of right now, it's Talk, Tick, Bones is coming after that, and I'm only naming you guys. I'm not going to name the enemies in this initiative order, so you guys are going to kind of find out when enemies appear in this initiative order, and that's how I'm going to do this for this campaign and probably any future campaigns as well.
Cool. I like that.
And then Tem is after Bones, and then Rat Dog is last on the initiative
Got me.
order.
Got me. You forgot me.
Did I forget you? Where are you? Hawks. Oh, Hawks is before Tem.
Bless you. Bless you.
I hate this. Who are you talking to, Hawks?
You can't hear him.
All right, Talkits, you have your first go. The bear is letting out a deep roar. I would attempt one, but I also have neighbors, so I'm not going to.
No. My voice doesn't
No.
get deep enough to do it.
Go.
Yep, that's it. It's a bear waking up in the morning and getting stabbed in the hip.
And it just goes, my hip.
My hip! Oh, my hip! Dear fucking God, my hip!
My leg.
My leg! Alright. But we have our initiative order. So, Talk, you have first in the initiative order. Now,
Alright.
also naming this, you are all within like 5 feet of each other, and this bear is within 5 feet of both Tem and Bones.
Who's in front of Talk?
Probably everyone, because he'd probably be behind Tick, and they'd be in the back.
What's the number of people of that? Is it 4 or under? Not including the bear.
Everyone's kind of stacked. Like, you guys kind of were walking in, like, 2 lines type deal.
I just need to know the number.
So there would be about 4 people in front of you.
4 people. Okay.
Yes.
That is completely fine. Yeah, because I can use a sorcery point for this. Talk just sees the bear and just and he raises his hands, puts them together, and he's gonna cast Burning Hands. Let's see. That is a 15-foot cone directly out in front of him, and he's also going to spend a sorcery point so that all but the bear, because that's 4 people, to activate his meta magic, which means they automatically succeed the saving throw. for Burning Hands.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, and as you do this, you hear, as he does this, you hear Tem go, "Oh, fuck, Doc, no!" And she kind of ducks.
Okay.
So that's gonna be DC 14 save, deck save for the
Okay.
bear because
The bear
the other 4 save.
succeeds.
The bear succeeds.
The bear
Okay, then he's gonna take
succeeds.
half.
He does a triple
Half of
backflip out of
18
it.
fire damage.
This bear actually came from the circus.
So 9 fire damage, yeah, because that's
Alright.
half of 18.
You see as this bear gets cut off from his roar. Does everyone else take 9 as well? Because
Uh,
they automatically succeed.
That's some fucking. I always thought that careful spell was like they just don't get fucked with.
I've never
DM's
actually.
call.
Yeah, let us have a look real quick. I want to have a look see at this.
That's my third favorite topping on my burger.
If the voices decide that attack hits me, I will be down.
I guess it is just automatic. I guess it is just automatic pass of the saving
Yeah,
throw.
that's what I thought. So
Yeah.
everyone takes 9 damage from Hawk, which you watch as Hawks drops from this as
Bless you.
he's got as he's unconscious. He still says bless you. You
Wait, he's
see him drop.
unconscious?
He's unconscious. He is fallen. He's got a little bit of fire on what little bit of clothing he's wearing. Tem is beating the flames off of her robe, swearing under her breath and Draconic as the bear is also kind of letting out another roar as it's
I'm
kinda
like
beating away flames that are on it as well.
I'm like patting the flames down, and I just go, I mean, having your heart stopped for hours at a time, I can't really blame him for doing that.
Fucking idiot burned us.
Is it Tick's
It's Tick's turn.
ne-
It's now Tick's turn.
Okay, good. So you said someone went down?
Hawks is down.
Hawks is
Bless
down.
you.
Yeah,
Bless you.
Tix is gonna walk over to Hawks and use cure wounds. So he's just gonna like using his robot hand, he grabs the revving cord and he just pulls it back and you just see his electricity arcs between the fingers and between the open metal parts of the exoskeleton of his left arm, and it just in the same way like the Call of Duty stuff, not Call of Duty but Battlefield defib works, he just slams his fist into Hawk's chest and heals him for 12 HP.
Am I alive?
Hawks is back.
Bless you.
It's gonna get really annoying. All right, so Hawk's now back on his feet. The bear. I'm gonna get fucking tired of this.
Oh yeah, Tick does just smack Talk on the back of the head before he heals. The one who keeps saying "bless you."
Yeah. Yes.
I wonder who that is.
The bear, who is very upset by the flames, turns towards Bones and Tem, who are both shouting kind of shouting in front of it, and it is going to try to bite at Bones and claw at Tem.
I'd like to say, before you bite me, every time you attack me, I get hard.
The bear, for what seems to be only a moment, seems to hesitate. Ever so slight. What's your armor class?
16.
16. It seems to hesitate, and it's just enough time for you to prepare for its attack, as it finally snaps at you and you manage to just move out of the way. Tem, as the claw passes over her, just without, like a shadow, just slides underneath it. Untouched. Hawks.
Bless you.
It's now your attack.
He's so
Chaos
in character. He even does it when
Chaos
DM's
Bolt,
not.
alright.
That's
Well-
nat 20.
Okay, roll damage. That actually misses. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
I
Save the
okay,
line.
this is out of character. How do I do this now? Because It says I'm supposed to choose one of the D8s to choose what damage type I want, but there was 4 of them.
Don't you roll a d8 and then the number corresponds with the type?
I mean, it says, let's see, make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the d8s, and then that number is whatever damage type. Which D8 would I choose?
You pick one. So if you look at the numbers that were rolled, why are there people just slowly joining?
I think they're just trying to watch. That's why their mics are muted.
Okay. Oh yeah. So look at the 4 dice that you rolled, Jared, and pick one of the 4 numbers.
Okay, I'll just do that. I'm gonna make it a light. No wait, that's not that. None of those were a 5.
Yeah, it has a chart. Now I
I
know
know.
about Chaos Bolt.
I'll make it acid.
Make it
I'll
acid.
choose 1.
Okay.
So that's 2. Oh, and I still have to roll 1d6 damage.
Oh my god. Please.
Okay, so that's 6 questionable
Bryce,
damage,
please stop.
and then 18 acid damage.
You said 6 what damage? Sorry.
No, I don't know. I'm assuming that's also acid damage too.
Oh my god,
I
Bryce. He needs to fudge off, bro.
Because I mean, the 2d8 is supposed to be the element damage, and then it just says plus 1d6 damage.
Let me look at it again.
So
I've
I don't know what that-
never used Chaos Bolt.
Also, do you want me to roll for Wild Surge?
Yeah, why not? That'll make things interesting. Yeah, the 1d6 is just additional damage.
I did nothing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2d8 plus 1d6. So yeah, it's just additional damage. But yes, let's roll for the chaos.
I got a 5. It didn't do anything.
Is it? When
It's
does it
whenever it's a
activate?
1.
It's when it's a 1. That's right. I used to think it's only when you activate your Tides of Chaos is when I can make you just continuously roll on the table. That's right. All right. Okay, so you watch as he shoots out this bolt of acid as it strikes the bear, and it coats most of its body as the bear lets out a very loud cry of pain. This bear is not doing good. Most of its
Guys, I did 24 damage.
Most of its fur is gone. It's now more of whimpering than anything else. And around this time, there's a second bear that appears.
Oh god.
And
There's 2 Santas.
And it comes charging from behind, going for Tick and Talk. And it is going to bite at Talk and is going to slash it. What are your ACs?
Talk is 16, Tick is 14.
Okay, so it goes to bite at Talk. Talk, in his deranged state, manages to avoid the attack. Spewing some gibberish as he does. Yep. And Tick, on the other hand, he ends up getting taking the claw kind of to his side. Where did my D6s go? Taking 9 points of slashing damage as this claw dives into what little bit of flesh he has on the side of his body. And around this time, Tem, who's in a slight bit of a panic because she wasn't ready to fight a bear, turns around and charges the bear that just attacked Tick and Talk with a short sword and her dagger. She's going to go for 2 attacks on the bear, which I should be rolling on D&D and Beyond with this.
Damn. I'm like, wow. What was everybody's initiative rolls?
Did I miss you? I fucking jumped past you. I'm so sorry. It's you first.
No, because I rolled an 18.
Yeah.
I was like, man, damn.
Yeah,
everybody's
it was. You were supposed to go after the first bear.
Tick.
My tech. No, the bear went first. But my writing was all squished up, and I wrote in pen, which was dumb.
You
of
should
me.
be a doctor.
I should be a doctor. Yeah, that should be
good.
my goal. Yeah, we'll put you after Tem because I don't
In
think this is gonna
compensation,
last.
you could just give me, I don't know, a demonic sword that does 350 damage to all things around me.
No.
Okay, that's fair.
So Tem, I'm just gonna have Tem do her attack, which she slashes at the bear that is in combat with the other two, inflicting for her first attack because her sneak attack does procs due to the bear being within 5 feet of one of her allies. Slashes it with the sword across the neck. A large spray of blood spraying across her, Tick, and Talk. As it lets out a roar of pain against her. And then she goes to drive her dagger into it. Inflicting an additional 6 points of damage. And the bear is bleeding quite heavily from these 2 attacks alone. Now, Bones, you have 2 bears to attack because I'm fucked up the initiative order. I apologize.
You're good, baby girl. No, it's cool. I love you. So the one directly in front of me, the hurt one, I'm going to take out and wield my short swords, and I'm going to roll to do the 2 attack. Wait, you said so I can 2 weapon fight, but the one that's like my bonus action.
So
it's
yes, your
offhand
first
attack
attack
is
is your action. Your second attack, which is your bonus action. Usually when you attack with a weapon on your bonus action, you don't add the extra like +5 or +4, whatever the modifier is for the weapon. You just roll the dice. You have the ability to add the modifier. So you roll a bonus action as if you were attacking with an action.
Okay.
Yes. But roll your first attack against this very, very hurt bear.
Okay. 23.
That's a hit. Roll damage. I'm just gonna have you roll damage regardless. I think you killed it regardless.
Alright. 6 piercing.
How do you want to do this?
I am rock hard. I stab it in the head, and then that's it.
Okay. This bear who's trying to recoil from the acid and the fire that it is just cover it, looks up just in time to see you flip a blade in one hand and drive it down. The blade sticking in just between the eyes, piercing the skull and sticking out the bottom of the jaw. Its eyes widen for just a moment before they go dull, and the bear collapses before you. You tear your blade from the skull, blood splattering across your chest and the ground around you. And you still have movement and a bonus action.
I'd like to use Action Surge and gain an additional action.
Okay.
And I'd like to pull out both of my hand axes and throw one towards the bear as the action.
Okay. Roll attack with your would it be your dex mod? I think that's when you dex goes with throwing, right? I think. I guess.
So hit plus dex mod. So
roll a dex check. Let's do that. Roll a dex check.
17. 18, sorry.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage. These are bears. They don't have much of an AC.
9.
You throw this axe. It sails between the heads of each of your siblings and cousins. As this bear turns its head to face Tem, and the axe drives deep into its skull, and it lets out a weak roar, stumbling a little bit before collapsing, and is dead.
Let's go.
And you
Oh
are
my
out of
god,
combat.
guys, we killed 2 Santas.
They're
Now you can
bears.
stop worrying. Now, and I hush Tem down. Like, yeah, that was Santa and Mrs. Claus. Now we
I'm
don't
gonna run
have
up
to
to
worry.
Santa and I'm gonna
about
start punching the body.
It's
Fuck
it's
you,
okay.
Santa. Fuck you, Santa. Fuck you, Santa.
I'm like tapping him. It's like, don't. We can use the hides, and I use
One
like
hide
the
is
hand axe.
destroyed. Yeah, one hide is destroyed.
Do you still have your axes? Axes or swords? What's your weapons?
I have 2 short swords and 2 hand axes.
The sword in your main hand. Tick is gonna walk over and
Oh,
he's
he's
just
gonna give
gonna
it magic. He's gonna give it magic.
he's just gonna rev his arm, and then with the with the lightning arcing across his fingers, he just very gently taps a metal talon to the sword in your main hand. So it's now a magical weapon with a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Sorry, that was me.
Yeah, I could tell.
Do I need to add? Do I need to
It's
add like
basically until I remove the infusion, it has a +1 to attack and damage. That's all you really got to register.
You could switch it with a +1 of that version of that weapon. So if it's a short sword, you just go into the equipment and you can find a short sword +1. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I only have for right now. I only have 2 infusions I can like have at the same time. So I'm just kind of right now, just in my head, I'm thinking one of them is constantly gonna be talk stuff because that boosts his stuff. But one of them I'm just gonna have get thrown around with whatever seems to be the best. And right now, boosting your sword seems to be the best.
So which body was beaten up? The one that had the sword hole in its head, or the axe
The
hole?
sword hole one is covered in acid and flame. It's still burning a little bit. It has a strong scent of bile because of the acid, like burning flesh due to acidic properties, and also the charred smell of burnt hair and flesh in the air.
I'm gonna walk to the one that
Santa
still
is
has
not
my axe in its head, and I'm just going to take the axe out and start cutting it, almost shape of bearskin rug
Roll
type deal.
sleight of hand check to see how cleanly you can do this.
11. That's
Okay,
weird. It shows up at 12, but yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's a little rough. You do get it off though. You get it off. You clean it a little bit, but you don't really have any ideas of any how to do anything else with the skin other than remove it.
Actually, this could be better. I'll just look at the work. It's a bit choppy. What do you for a rug? What do you guys think? And I'm gonna start reaching into like the head part and pulling out the skull.
Okay.
Yes. Santa.
Do I need to roll for that, or is it just gonna happen?
If you take your time, you can just get it out.
All right, I'll just take my time with that then.
Time's taking a 20.
And I'll shake it off a little bit. There's still like a bunch of like blood and the brain's still partially inside, just shaking off. Here you go, rat. New hat. I start handing him the skull.
Does rat dog do?
And I'm gonna start cutting the rest of it into some sort of turning what's from a choppy rug into some form of cloak slash cape slash poncho, I guess.
Poncho.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a miniature cape, if anything. And need to roll sleight of hand for that.
Yeah, because we're gonna. Everyone else kind of is gonna be wanting to get on the move.
Oh,
So
let's go!
yeah, you butcher the shit out of this skin. You make something. It's more like you screwed up so many times trying to make something that you just kind of cut a slit through some of this, like the remaining like partially circular torn up piece of fur, and you just cut a slit through it and stuck your head through. We're like, bam, poncho. And you wearing this, it smells. It's musty. It's got that bear musk smell on it. It also is mixed with the smell of blood as well. And this smells getting like it's lingering around you and it's stuck to you now because you are wearing it.
I turn to the group. What do you think? And I have my arms kind of proudly posting.
Yes, if you wear a Santa skin, maybe the other ones might not attack us as much.
You know, I was thinking that, not many things will attack a bear. So why not have the stench around me?
You mean Santa?
Quick question.
Yes.
Alchemy jug or bag of holding?
7.
Yeah, that's your choice, man. Unless you're asking Tem.
Here, we'll roll a D100 for that. Anything below 50, bag of holding.
You could have just flipped a fucking coin, dude.
I hate you. All right, so it's 68, so it's the other thing.
Okay. So, as you're posing like this, Tem, it's just like you look fine. She starts walking in the direction of where you were originally heading. Is anyone gonna follow her? Or she just walk on her own?
Well, now that she's gone, manhunt, and we walk into the opposite direction, all of us, and we leave Tim in the darkness. So sorry, Celtic, you're gonna have to leave the session. I'm taking over.
That's not how that works.
All right, no, I'll follow after. Ratty, come on.
I'm full sprinting past. I'm full printing.
I'll start trotting after him.
I'm sprinting past Tem.
I'm just picturing Rat Dog running behind Hawks, like tongue out, like a dog running by.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And she's just completely appalled by all of this. But you guys go through the rest of the night. It's uneventful. And you hit the town around probably about 6 in the morning, just before the sun is beginning to rise. The sky is changing from its normal blackish blue state to a more of a light gray and red as the sun is beginning to rise on the horizon.
Right. As we get to I imagine, would it be more of a gate or just kind of like an open road to get in?
It's just kind of, you showed up on the edge of this town. Like, this town has no walls. There's only one road, and it leads south. And you guys are not coming from the south side. You are coming from the north, or the east.
So we're just pretty much like walking
West.
in people's backyards and stuff like that.
It's more like houses start becoming more like prevalent than like the last few hours you guys went from trees that turned into grasslands, and now the grasslands have become buildings. Like, at first you're approaching and there's a little bit of farmland and stuff, and you once you pass the farmland, you hit a couple of like barns and shacks where they store stuff, stuff like that. And then you entered from there the town square and stuff.
Okay. As we're like entering into like more populated areas, I take off the bear poncho. I'm like, all right, enough of that. I
Just toss it to the side.
well, I'm just gonna like dangle it in front of Rat Dog, and I'm like, you can have this if you want it. And I kind of like slap it on him.
Hell yeah.
Wow, what a cohesive sentence from you, Rat Dog.
He seems to have those from time to time, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does that. Anyways, I think, judging by the sun of the sky, find some sort of tavern, get some rest, if they will serve us anyways. Then look for, I guess, work or
Tim kind of turns to you and says, "You know, we don't have to travel only at night. No, we have trouble in the day, but you know, there's ways around that."
true. But after a night of walking and fighting off some bears, I think a night's rest is what we need, or a day's rest.
Sure. She starts patting herself around. She's like, "The issue is going to be coin." Which I think nobody should have coin in the group. I think the D&D and Beyond gave us all coin, but nobody should have any coin as of right now.
All right.
She does say, she says coin's going to be a bit of an issue. We could try to just sleep behind the tavern or find an alley or something. She says, I'm perfectly fine. I can, if you want, I can go and look around on our options while you guys rest.
I can't rest. What if there's another Santa?
Yeah.
They don't allow Santas into town. You're safe here, bud.
I don't believe that.
Tick hands. Actually, I'm just gonna assume Bones is more charismatic than both of my than Tick. So
You'd be wrong.
Tem is
Well,
actually more
never
charismatic,
mind.
but
It doesn't matter. Tick is just gonna you see Tick scratch away at Talk's dial, and then he turns around and in his hand is a bag of holding, and he just hands it over to Bones.
Thank you for this sack.
He just holds his fingers up and he rubs them in the telltale sign of coin.
I look inside the bag.
It's an empty bag.
There's nothing in here. What coin are you referencing?
Tick
Tem,
looks over at Talk. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Tem just walks up because she's seen Tick do this before. She kind of gestures for you to give her the bag for a moment.
I toss it.
She takes the bag. She pulls out her long sword or her short sword, which clearly would not fit in this bag. She drops it in the bag, and it vanishes. And then she takes out a dagger and does the same thing with it, and it also vanishes in the bag. Before she flips the bag over, flips it inside out, and both items fall onto the ground. She says, "It's a bag of holding." She tosses it back to you.
That's an impressive trick. And I yell out, would anybody like to see some magic?
Santa has one of those, but it's big.
No, I scratch that.
Tick just rubs his brow, and then he just he with the metal hand he just smacks Talk in the chest, and Talk just
he uses his brother for magic.
I think you do something with the bag.
And Tick, noticing that Talk is being fucking stupid, he just closes Talk's mouth and then points at a shop, points at the bag, and rubs his fingers again for the money to signify money.
Okay, that's a lot better than what I thought he wanted us to steal things, put it in the bag, and then we sell it to another store. Okay. I think we go with that. Would stuff be open around this time? Like the market seems pretty empty.
Around, as you say that, around this point, you actually start seeing people ever so slowly start making their way onto the street. There's various people moving around. Most of the people that have gotten up, though, by this point, you have noticed most of them are heading to the shipyards.
I
Which
frantically look at all of them, making sure they're not Santa.
Okay. Good on you, Hawks.
Bless you.
Thank you. I think. All right. So I have an idea. What if? So humans have pets, right?
Oh, God.
A lot, like these little animals. What if we have Ratty here, sort of beg on the street, get a little bit of coin, while the rest of us kind of intelligently go sell this item, and that way we kind of killed 2 orcs with 1 spear.
did you say pets?
Yeah.
Around this point, you hear a very small. What is the word I'm looking for?
Petite.
No, like a light, very soft kind of squeaking. And around this point, you see a small white weasel peek its head from Tem's hood. And it kind of just looks around before ducking back in.
What? Some I like hold Ratty. You know, you shouldn't be coming out like that. My friend here gets a little hungry at times.
I start foaming at the mouth.
She says, easy now. She says, it's. I've had him for a while. I've kind of kept him at bay and away from all of you. She says, I'll go look around for work. You guys do whatever you want to make some coin, get us some money to eat and maybe sleep somewhere. She kind of walks off towards the shipyards.
I looked at everybody else and went, has she had that thing this entire time?
Tick just nods.
I just shrug. I don't know.
I'm vibrating.
Ratty, find somewhere popular, just where people walk around, and see if you can use that charm of yours to kind of get a little bit of coin.
When Bones says this, Tick dials down Talk's stuff again, and then just pushes him onto Rat Dog, and just kind of drapes one of Talk's arms over his shoulder, just and kind of waves like, go with him.
Okay.
All right. Hawks,
Bless you.
thank you. You come with me. Tick, I don't know. Find something. I mean, do you want to come with us, or do you think you have a better idea to find money?
He just kind of strokes the metal upon his face, and Tyler, the market area, like it's just beginning to get busy. It's not really busy.
It's like people. It's mainly the people heading to work right now. It's not common folk who go out and do the shopping, or travelers who are coming out to buy or sell. It's mostly people working in the shipyards, people going out to open their shops that may not necessarily live in their shops, and it's some adventurers who are going out to set up their stands.
Cargo at the shipyards?
Is there what?
Exposed cargo at the shipyards?
No, not right now.
Okay. What about the stands? Basically, just like things open to the air, not like easy to steal, just things that are seeable.
There's no goods out and about at the moment. Most people in this town are pretty good about locking their stuff away at night, because middle of a field near a coast, you don't want to keep your shit out, because that's just asking for animals and other people to come in and take your stuff. So you don't see anything out and about right now. You do see down a ways a little bit towards the shipyard. There's a few people who have actually opened up their stands and appear to be serving food to some of the sailors and shipyard hands. They're giving them like breakfast and stuff like that as they're heading to work.
So most likely, if I were to follow Bones into a store, we would be the only ones in there for a while.
Depends on the store, but yeah.
Okay. Well, that also depends on if this role would fix his voice box.
And Tem has already headed off to the shipyard. So an intellect of 10. You managed to get everything back in, but it's not quite working just yet.
Okay. If he's not confident in it, then yeah, I'm gonna go over towards where there's actual like store activity where they're actually like because he wants to go towards like anywhere that has activity. He's trying to get to there. You said there's some stands that are already open and
Yeah,
attempting to
they're near
start the day.
the
Yeah. Then he's gonna go over then he's gonna go over and he's gonna go over by himself to there. He's gonna try to keep a low profile, but he wants to case that area, see what's happening.
I don't want to just follow him blindly. Can I look for any store, shop, market tent, anything like that that has some sort of sign for tools or equipment?
roll a perception check.
Disadvantage or no?
Just regular.
All right,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20.
All right, it doesn't take you long. You find a kind of a general store type of. Their big thing is selling adventures gear and tools. Upon entering, you find there's a half orc man. He looks to have just like opened up. Like it hasn't been too long since he's been open. And he's doing a little bit of rearranging in the back. And he hears the door open and turns and sees. Is it just?
It's me and Hawks.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you.
sorry. Is it cool to say that Talk grabs Tick before he goes to case the
Yes.
area? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And Rat Dog is on his own in the town square. We'll get to that in a minute. So you enter the shop and he turns and goes, "Oh, a couple of kobolds." He says, "I've had your kind in here for some time. How can I help you?"
Well, and I look at him and I notice him being half orc, and I go, my character does speak orcish. I chose that option, so I'm kind of bawling like Kobe right now. Actually, no, Curry. Sorry, rest in peace, Kobe. And I go, don't laugh at that. And I go, in orcish, what can we get for one of these? And I hold up the bag of holding.
He raises an eyebrow at you, kind of gives you a nod. Seems a little impressed. And he says, "Let me see that." And takes the bag from you, looks it over, messes with it a little bit, pulls out an eyepiece, kind of looks it over. Says, "Wow, this looks like relatively new craftsmanship. Where'd you get this bag?"
Well, you see, and this is all in orcish still. We used to work for a very wealthy individual who gave us a few tips and tools and whatnot to work with. And recently, and I kind of look sad as a part of a little act. It was like has recently passed, and me and my fellow companions here are kind of looking for work and making any money that we possibly can.
Okay, he kind of grunts a little bit and goes, "Huh?" He says, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss." He says,
Thank you.
"What this?" He says, "I can take this off your hands for 5 gold."
I go, sir, we are in desperate need of anything that we can, and we don't even know if we have a place to sleep tonight. It's been a few days, and all we've been on is a cave floor and a tree out in the woods. We've had to fight even nature's wildlife. And I gesture to this like scratches and stuff on others. Okay, I pointed the bruises from where Hawks tackled me.
Bless you.
Thank you. And you know, whatever you can, or just any, if you can give any more than just the 5 gold. Not to beg, but please, it would help. It would mean a lot to me and my crew.
Roll a persuasion check.
4.
He kind of gives you a half-hearted smile, and he says, "Sorry, Jesus, I'm trying to make a living here too." He says, 5 is the best I can do. Though, if you're looking
That
for
is
work,
highway fucking robbery. Jesus. Uncommon items at the least go for 100 gold. Jesus fuck.
well, bags of holding are quite common in this area. Uh, I don't follow the D&D book entirely. Plus, we're in a country filled with artificers and wizards who know how to craft this stuff. There's every single one of them has a bag of holding.
Yes, but a pristine craftsmanship.
But but as he was saying, he does say, he says, though, uh, he says, if you're looking for work, heard there's a lot to be found in the shipyards. Or there are a few at the Adventurers Guild who are looking for people to travel with.
Well, we appreciate the advice, but we simply just cannot sell this for. I do know how common these things are in these lands, but you did say great craftsmanship, so I'll just take that and I'll see what I can get with any of the any other shops in this area.
He hands you back the bag and he says, well, if you don't have any luck, come back here. And he goes back to kind of tidying up some stuff behind the back counter that he is standing by.
All right, so that didn't work. Yeah. Did I see any other sort of tool shops or any next best things? Well,
The next best thing that you knew, based on when you were looking around, there's one or two kind of arcanish shops. They don't really sell much, but you might be able to get away with trying to sell them in there based on your knowledge, what little knowledge you have. And you did also see there was a stand of just a random assortment of items. It looks to be somebody who's trying to it's a traveling merchant of some sort who's just kind of buying and trading goods as he goes.
All right. I look to who's all with me. It's Hawks and
Bless you.
who? Thank you.
It's just
Or
Hawks.
is it just me? Okay.
Bless you.
I look to him and I go, all right, on to the next best thing, I suppose. And we start walking towards the merchant, the traveling merchant.
Okay. This traveling merchant, very happy looking human man who is it looks like he recently pulled up on his cart and is setting up a little stand at the backside of his cart in what kind of one of the alleyways. Um, he's moving stuff around. Doesn't quite notice you guys approach as he's in the middle of kind of shifting through what looks to be some sort of warped chest. It looks like it's seen better days.
I'm gonna take a look around and see if there's any Santas nearby.
You don't see any Santas.
Hello, my good man.
He goes, oh, shit. I didn't hear you coming. He says, oh, he says, Kobolds. He says, I haven't seen your kind around here. He says, where do you come from? He kind of leans
Any
forward.
Santas?
Oh, we come from, distant lands. It's actually made a trek through south. Ever heard of the meat grinder? It's
Roll
enslavement
a
is where we
persuasion
came
check.
from. 17.
He seems encapsulated. Yes, encapsulated by your little tail. And he's kind of wide-eyed a little bit by your thing. He says, oh, it must have been one hell of a journey to get up here.
Oh, yes. Truly a great story it was, but not without some drawbacks. My partner here, we ran into a battle with a few beasts. They attacked during the day, which I believe they were robbers of some sort. Look at these bruises, and I gestured to the same ones that Hawks gave earlier. Thank you.
And they're like in the shape of his head.
It left him with a few, and I like lean in and cover my hand on the side of the mouth where Hawks is standing, and I go, a few cognitive defects. Just ask him to do something, anything, even a simple task.
What do you want me to ask the guy?
No, I'm asking the merchant. Like, I'm covering my hand on the side, or like covering my mouth with on the side that Hawks is on.
Bless you.
Like how you're trying to like you whisper to somebody, so you like cover your mouth halfway with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what I'm doing, but my hand is on the side that Hawks is on, so Hawks isn't
Okay.
here clearly. So I'm like, he has a few cognitive defects. Go on, try to ask him to do any simple task.
He just kind of looks at Hawks awkwardly. And he goes, I don't know. Spin around. I don't know.
I look at the man up and down, thinking about what he tells me to do.
Why is he just saying what he's doing?
It's been like this, and he's been fearing after Santa. The make-believe things that we tell our children. He just will not stop. It's truly heartbreaking what's happened to my friend. He used to be a very lively young lad. But now it's just one of these things that happens, I guess. And all we have to our names is just this, and I'm bringing out the bag of holding. I've looked around. People have told me it's made by an excellent craftsman. And I know these things are not hard to come by, but it's good quality. Look at me trying to sell you something here. But it's all we have. We just want something to help us on our journey. We try to find work, We just going through these lands, we just want to make a little bit of coin, and this is all we have. So please, sir, if you could help in any way, it would help.
He kind of taps on his his lower lip several times, and he's just kind of thinking. And he ponders for a moment. He says, "Give me a moment." And he turns around and he starts rummaging around in his cart. It takes several minutes for him to kind of, look around. He doesn't exactly. I don't think he like you don't. Based on what you're saying, you don't exactly think he knows what he's looking for. He just kind of clambering around in his cart before he turns around and says, "I have a few items that I could probably trade. Maybe give you a little bit of coin along with the trade. I don't have much, but
Like I said, sir, anything helps.
he nods and he keeps rummaging around for what feels to be about 5-6 minutes before he pulls out. I can't find it. I'm looking for one item and I'm struggling to figure out where it is.
The long lost King Arthur's sword.
Yeah, Excalibur. Let's see. Where did it go? He pulls out what looks to be a helm of some kind, and he kind of looks it over closely. He says, "How about this?" He says, "I'll give you 5 gold pieces for that bag and this helm." And he holds up this. It's a very the design of this helm is very gladiator like.
Hmm.
And it's a very fine silver material that looks like it's been very well kept and polished. And there are you notice a few arcane runes on the inside of this helm.
I believe that this will work most definitely. Thank you. And I give
protect
him
us
the
from
bag.
Santa.
Yeah, yes, it will, my friend. And I pat him on the shoulder. Thank you, sir. And may I ask your name?
He says, fuck, I hate when people ask me random NPCs' names. This is the worst part of
Craig.
DMing.
His name is Craig.
No.
Yes, my name is Jonathan Withers, and very clearly.
The name is Samson.
Sams, thank you, sir. What you've done here is a true blessing along me and my friend. And I kind of snatch the gold and the armor and leave the bag of holding.
Yep, he takes that and he seems very content with his trade. And
Santa.
I'm going to add something to your inventory at some point, but you have this helm now.
Okay.
I will add it, but you're not entirely sure what it does.
All right.
You just kind of have it.
Cool. We like start walking away from the guy. It was like,
Yeah.
you see that? That's how you make business in areas like these. Humans are so drawn by stories. You can sell anything to a man. You get him crazy hooked on you. Good looks on you being stupid and all.
Vibrating and looking around, making sure there's no Santas nearby.
Around this point, we'll talk about Rat Dog. What has Rat Dog been doing?
Oh, he's doing that. I'm gonna take a bathroom.
So Rat Dog is probably wandering around, and as soon as people like walk up, he starts limping and whining a little bit and looking at them really sadly.
Roll a performance check for me.
Hell yes.
I want to see how good of a performance.
17!
Wow. During this time, you have about 3 different people stop by you, and like one of them like crouches down next to you and it's like, "Oh, he's just like, oh, are you okay?" type deal, like, checking on you, stuff like that. You end up from this little excursion of acting like you're injured, you make about 3 gold pieces, 6 silver, and 11 copper.
Hell yeah. I guess I'll start heading back to the group wherever they are.
And then we'll do tick and talk.
Okay. So when the two get over to the more busy part of this area, like what are the places that are actually busy this morning?
As of right this moment, the busiest places are little food stands that are kind of placed perfectly on the way to the shipyard, because these people are just grabbing a quick breakfast for like a few copper, a few silver pieces before they head out to work.
What kind of like you're saying, like full on open air stands, so they have stuff like just
Yeah,
on,
by this point there's stuff out. They have like
they have stuff out.
things of
Okay.
food set out. There's people passing coin and passing plates, or not plates, but like canisters of like food, stuff like that.
Okay, all right. So Tick is basically going to actually first he's going to grab a rock. That's the first thing he needs to get. There's just a rock on the ground, right?
Okay, yeah, that's not hard to find.
Okay. Let's see here. Hold on. Need to check the bullet points of this class. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I need. He's going to use magical tinkering to give this rock on his command. This rock will project a static visual effect, and what he wants it to look like is somebody basically crouching over something and grabbing at something on like a table. So basically he wants to make the static image of a thief.
Okay.
And he's gonna leave that inert for now, because now what cart seems to have gotten the best influx of customers as of late?
They seem pretty. Actually, roll a perception check. Let's see if you would be able to decipher. Da, da, da,
My only character I have ever played that doesn't have a good perception, so that's just a 14.
Okay. Um, so you kind of get the idea. They're all kind of the same busyness.
Oh, Tick has a +2 to perception, so it's a 15, 16.
Oh. Well, you get a feel that they seem to be on par with each other. There is one though that is closest to the docks that seems to be getting the best influx of people, just barely, but it is getting a better influx of people.
All right. Tick is going to instruct Talk to like, is there some kind of alleyway nearby? And when I say nearby, let me check. Like 30 feet to the edge of the stand.
So these stands are at the gates, not the gates, but like the end. They're not near the buildings.
Okay, I just
It's
need
like right at the
it's
mouth
not
of
near
the
buildings. All right.
the shipyards. Like there's 2 warehouses on the sides and like a fence that kind of separates the main town from this area. They're in pretty much in the shipyard.
Okay. Then Bones. I don't know when you'll notice this, but your sword does not have the +1 anymore.
I hate you.
Sorry, it's all for the use, because now Tick has another bag of holding to give to Talk. So Talk has a bag of holding. He is able to do this. Let's see. So is there any for this stand, is there any is there anywhere where Talk can hide from like just sight line of the person dealing with this stand.
With a good enough stealth check, you could probably hide near, probably near the fence. You wouldn't be completely hidden, but you'll be hidden from the carts that are the stands.
All right, and that would be within 30 feet of this one we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. How many of these can I do at once? Fuck. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So yeah, first, like Tick is gonna wait for Talk to get in position because like basically Tick will have just instructed Talk what to do. So let's see here. Hey, Talk got a
Now,
nat 20 on stealth.
Will Talk be able to follow orders? That is the question.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so he pretty much blends himself in, getting towards this fence and kind of takes his spot, holding a position. People passing by, they're not paying him much attention.
Tick is going to go up to the stand and he's going to like he's just gonna check out, like he's gonna go up to the side, and the side that he wants to walk up to is opposite Talk. And what
Okay.
he's just gonna do is he's just gonna it's a fucking rock. He's just gonna drop the rock at his feet, and he's going to like pick up and examine like what's on the stand. I'm guessing it's like fruit or some kind of bread foods, just food in general.
On this stand specifically, they're serving, it looks to be cups of some warm, kind of like chowder type stuff with slices of
Okay.
bread.
Perfect. He's not going to like touch the bread, but he is going to like, because he's pretty short, so it makes sense that he would need to like kind of get on his toes, and he's going to like look, like going to slightly touch like the bowls as so he can look in them to see what's in them. He's just gonna feign he's just looking.
Roll a stealth check. Because I'm assuming he's trying to do this without being noticed.
Yeah, it'll be nicer if he's not noticed. That's 14.
Okay. So he's kind of bringing a finger up to this bowl, and one of the guys running the stand, which is a half elf, notices him, and his hand is quickly swatted away with a kind of like almost like a fly swatter looking thing. It's not quite a fly swatter, but it's similar to that. And he kind of swats his hand away and says, "Hey," he says, "you gotta pay."
All right.
I'm just kind of eyeing Tick now, kind of looking him up and down.
Does he have anything like other than food? What's on the table? On the
It's
stand?
mainly these cup-like bowls, and the slices of bread that are kind of stacked up on like a small tray. And some kind of off to the side behind the cart, there's someone like preparing this like a big. There's like a small fire with like a big kind of cauldron over top of it that they've been scooping the chowder out of.
All right. Okay.
I will say, I've had
Well,
chowder
okay,
for breakfast
actually,
before. Good shit.
because he hit my hand, would you consider that item like small or tiny?
Yeah, it's just like a small bowl, like a kind of like a bowl you would eat cereal out of, or like, but
Like the
taller.
thing he hit Tick's hand with, unless he was able to touch the bowl.
Yeah, it's small. It's like hitting someone with like a rolled up newspaper. It's not
Like,
anything
what-
that's gonna do damage.
Unless he was able to touch the bowl, I'm more worried about what actually touched his hand.
Your claw would have touched the bowl, and he would have swatted your
Oh.
hand away.
Okay, fine. Then that doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, Tick is just gonna Tick's gonna leave because if he was able to touch the bowl, he's done what he needed to do. So let's see.
Yeah,
Let me
your
read
stealth
that.
check was like just below what he rolled, so he didn't notice you immediately, but it didn't take long for him to notice.
Okay. So the bowl that Tick touched is now going to emit the rancid smell of sewage in a 10-foot area.
Okay. You start seeing people coughing and complaining, people trying to figure out what the hell the smell is. And the guy that saw what you did kind of looking around, like he saw you touch it, kind of looking around trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, like Tick's just walking away. He's not caring. Now this guy, I basically I just want to see if he's going to like move away from his stand to deal with this.
Let me roll an investigation check. Yeah, he has no idea where the smell's coming from. Him and his compatriots, the other two people that are helping him with this stand, kind of begin frantically looking around the stand. They're not leaving their stand though; they're just looking around.
Alright, so
All of the customers though have kind of gone elsewhere.
Okay, at that stand, I'm like, because it's bowls of chowder and it's bread. Where do they have any kind of like lockbox or just small container that's like behind it where like the people manning the stand?
You didn't get to see behind the stand. You did see them pocketing coin. He was putting coin into a pouch he had.
Into a pouch. Okay, so that's stuck like to his belt.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean he is distracted by the smell. So Talk is going to cast Mage Hand, and while he's attempting to basically just grab that coin pouch with Mage Hand, Tick is going to activate the rock, so that's just going to show a picture of like somebody trying to grab some stuff off the just a static picture of someone attempting to grab some stuff off the stand's spot.
Okay. I'm going to say roll a sleight of hand check for Tick. Or Talk.
Yeah.
Whoever's casting this.
Yeah, basically, I just want that picture as kind of like a quick distraction. Of course, they'll immediately notice that it's not real, but they'll still have to look. Huh. Modifier 20.
Okay, you managed to snag the coin pouch off of the guy. As he jumps backwards by this image that just appears and kind of stares at it for a moment. Another one goes kind of running off for a minute as this is happening. And he does get a hold of the coin pouch.
Okay, yeah.
He does find, so when you guys reconvene, you do find the coin pouch isn't as full as you thought it would be. But inside there's about it's mainly silver and copper pieces. There's about 43 silver pieces and about 67 copper pieces.
Okay.
They were
yeah,
selling
Tick's
these
gonna-
things for what looks to be like a silver and a couple copper.
Okay, yeah, just 1 sec, so I can actually write that down. How much silver, how much copper?
43 and 67. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on those numbers.
On what numbers?
The number of copper and silver he got. I said numbers and then he had to write them down, and I think I said them right.
Okay,
You
so yeah,
said like 100 gold pieces.
No, I didn't. All right, so you guys are all reconvening by this point?
Yeah, Tick's gonna take like he's not letting Talk carry the coin. He's gonna take the coin.
Okay, you all take the
All
coin. You guys reconvene, and you guys meet up with Tem, who as she sees all of you, she says, "All right," she says, "I found 3 lines of work that we can take. There is a crew that's looking for a few more people. If we want to do a little bit of sailing, there's a caravan heading south for the deserts, and there's another that's trying to get across the mountain range. But those are the 3 jobs that I found."
While you were looking for a job, I believe the rest of us found some coin. I've got this weird helm, and I hold up what I received, and we got about 5 gold for that bag of holding.
Tick wordlessly holds up about like 4 silver before kind of like jingling a pocket to signify more.
Good work. And what about you, Ratty?
Red Dog got some money, and he drops the coins like on the ground. I have it written down, but I'm not sure if I wrote it down correctly. But
What do you have written?
it's
much is-
3 gold, 7 silver, and 17 copper.
I'm gonna pick all of that up. You said how much gold?
3 gold.
All right, so now I have 8 gold, and then how much? You said how much silver and how much copper?
7 silver and then 17 copper.
All right, I'm gonna add all of that to my inventory.
All right.
All right.
Tick still can't talk.
So,
Tem looks between all of you and says, "So, do any of you want to take any of these 3 jobs?"
they're certainly interesting. I've never been one for waters, but sailing could be nice. But if we're looking for another dragon, we could maybe venture to the mountains with this one, pointing at the. But is it like papers that have like
No,
requests on
she's just named them. She knows
okay.
where they are, but she's named the 3 jobs that she found.
Maybe the mountains could be where another dragon lives. Who knows? Ditch whoever we work for, and then go find a dragon. Or what was that middle one again?
Traveling down to the desert.
Not one for desert type. Unless
Neither is
anybody
Santa.
else.
We can go there.
So we've got one for desert. Anybody else want to weigh in here?
She just shakes her head
Mountain.
and says, "I'm good with anything."
Tick just like taps Talk on the shoulder, and Talk just mountains.
Mountains. All right. Ready? What are you thinking?
Red Dog like mountain.
All right. Sorry, Hawks. Thank you.
Bless you.
But
You beat him to the thank you.
I believe you're outnumbered here.
Fine, but if we run into Santa, it's your fault.
That's a bet I'm willing to take. No, I don't think we've gotten rest since we got into the town. I think we should save our coin and just find somewhere quiet to rest.
She says, Tim then presents, "Well, we're gonna take the mountain route. I think we should meet those who are, at least get you all acquainted with those that we'll be traveling with. I think they have a place for us to rest. They're not planning to leave until tomorrow."
Even better. Lead us the way.
All right. So she takes you towards the Adventurers Guild, where you notice upon entering, there's a lot of people in this guild right now. Like, it is a very crowded place. Though inside, she leads you towards 3 individuals. And the three individuals, there is a dragonborn, a silver dragonborn. There is a dwarven man, and at first you only notice the first two, and then kind of peeking out from behind them, you see a halfling that is with them as well. And as they turn, the dragonborn kind of glances over and notices this small band of kobolds approaching them. Recognizing Tem, who he had talked to just before, and he says, "Ah, Tem," he says, "so you decided to join us?" She nods and gestures to the rest of y'all.
Aye.
These are the others that I was talking about. She kind of gestures for you guys to introduce yourselves.
Pleasure to meet you, fellow reptilian man thing. You're bigger.
Tick, having finally fixed his voice box, he opens his maw, sets it up, and he looks over at the dwarf, and just says in Dwarvish, "Hello."
The dwarf kind of caught off by this a little bit. Kind of the same look that Bones had gotten earlier. The intrigued look, raised eyebrow, kind of looking at you like almost a little impressed. But he didn't say anything at first. And Tem kind of steps up and says, "This is Tick." He doesn't say much. But when he does, he usually has decent things to say. She turns towards the rest of you and just starts introducing each one of you. And around the time that she finishes introducing everyone, the Dragonborn turns and kind of steps forward and he says, "Oh, because you're traveling with us, I might as well. We might as well give you our names as well." He says, "I'm Grado. This is Gillian," and he gestures to the dwarf. And he says, "And this is Adam," and he gestures to the halfling.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Says the pleasure is all
I look
mine.
at all three of them. None of you are sent in disguise, are you?
The dwarf looks at you and says, What is this one going on about?"
Long story. He and I go him, and him, and I point to Talk, Rat Dog, and Hawks. Thank you.
Bless you.
And I go this lot. They're on the other side of intelligence, you could say.
I see. Well,
What does that mean?
Rat Dog real smart.
Tick revs the voice box again and looks over at the one who doth says bless you, and just opens his maw and just says, "You lack intelligence."
What does that mean?
To put it simply, and I in this order, I point to Hawks, thank
Awesome.
you, Rat Dog, and then Talk, and I go, this one's dumb, this one's insane / a little crazy, and this one's broken.
Wait, which one's broken?
Talk.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
Wait, who's insane? I'm not insane.
The one who
No,
doth
Rat
bless
Dog
you.
is.
Oh, yeah, that's
Rat
right.
Dog's insane.
Rat Dog
Crazy.
around this point, you guys, at least you do notice this, Bones. The Dragonborn looks a little concerned about
Fair
who they're about to hire.
I know what you're thinking. Why would I want these band of misfits? to put it simply, we are a family and a pack. You know, we may not look it, but we're the best because we have numbers, right?
Half family.
That's right.
Rat Dog don't like numbers.
We're not, the craziest, best in the land, but we've got heart and we've got spirit. See, and they're not all stupid. Ratty here could
Yeah.
be intelligent.
I'm not
at
stupid.
times. Rat Dog, do that thing I taught you.
The Dragonborn just kind of, well, all right. Says, well, we don't have any plans on leaving until tomorrow, so, do you all have a place you're staying, or?
Unfortunately, we do not. We're hoping that you could offer housing for us, just for the night. It's been a long day.
So I'm sure we could cover that. Let's get us all settled in the tavern, I guess, and figure out your rooming arrangement. I guess we can get you a room that you can all share. And I assume you've all been probably up through the night, considering, well, your kind doesn't quite favor the light as much as some of us.
You'd be correct on that. Yes.
Yes. We killed 2 Santas last night.
Bears. Don't ask. Bears.
Before Tick can say something mean to him, his voice box breaks.
He kind of jumps back a little bit. The dwarf breaks into a very hearty laugh. The halfling kind of looks over. He's not really saying anything. He's very apathetic and emotionless. Doesn't seem to say much. And the Dragonborn just says, does that happen a lot?
More than you would hope, I'd say.
I see. Says, well, let's get you all settled then. He kind of leads you guys out of the Adventurers Guild, and that is where we will end tonight's session. We went longer than I planned, but that is fine, because I had a lot of fun with this. But...
yeah, your first time's always the longest.
Shut up. I see a lot of promise with this campaign, and I'm starting to get an idea of how you all kind of play this so I can get the timing right on how long these sessions will be. But, yeah, on that note, that'll be where we finish tonight, and we will continue in 2 weeks of the Meet the Kobolds campaign, which I think this is going to be a very, thus far, has been very humorous. I've lost my I've already laughed a few times.
So boring. What do you mean? There's no important character dialogue. Honestly,
yeah, it really lacks the detail on what you all are doing. You guys need to step up your game, No, to be honest, you guys need to step up your game in the other campaign.
Amen.
With the descriptioning, but
look, man, Magnus is a slow burner. Okay, that's all.
I'm not saying dialogue specifically. Here's how I'm saying. What I want to see.
Hey, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Are we? Am I mistaken? Is it not Thursday?
No.
It's not Thursday, right?
And also,
so then
this
why are we talking about
this week? Like this Thursday is my session.
No. I'm talking about for.
I know. Like,
next week, but
I don't know what he's talking about.
I think I think this is a discussion for another day. Right now, we have the Kobolds, and
yes. And I guess on that note, because we're just talking about what a lovely story we've had tonight, we will end tonight's session. We hope to see you guys Thursday for the Wild West campaign, continuing the adventures of the outlaws. I don't even know what to call us. Of
Yeah, these boys
Silverback,
finally got
Rathen, Two Gun, Valrus, and
These
Lauren.
boys about to go and see Morning Star again. That's gonna be
Yes.
interesting.
And I gotta find out if I got a letter. But on that note, we hope to see you Thursday. And if you missed Thursday, we hope to see you next week, Tuesday at 8 o'clock. As always, well, I guess I'm just really bad at outros. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.